I'm gonna start. Hello, hello team. Sarah is arriving, and we're here to the second session of the possibility coaching training. And I want to open, as usual, at the beginning, the space for logistics. And I know that there are some EHP dojos to pass on. I will keep my dojo the whole time, so there are at least 2 pass over or passing over.
I can hold space on Monday from 9 o'clock a.m. Is there anybody who has got time at this time?
Can you repeat?
I can hold space at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. I don't know.
Central Europe time.
Yeah. I don't know what time it is. It's for you or if anybody. For anybody else possible.
Yeah. For the others, it would be probably in the night.
In the night.
Yeah. Like 5 to 5 hours back somehow. So Volker would join. I'm not sure. Sarah, we cannot see you yet, or I cannot see you. Just to let you know.
Ah, okay. Yes. Right
now.
Sorry.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So the proposal from Sandra is to hold an EHP dojo on Monday 9 a.m. Central European time. And she was checking if the Europeans, and Volker said he would have time, but also you. What about this? Would you be available?
I will hold space for an EHP. That's Monday.
Okay, so it's a no. Okay.
Yes.
Great. So yeah, anyway, Sandra, Volker, you would be a great training team. So Monday, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
Okay,
replace myself.
if we are only 2, because Monday I could, but I would not be at home normally. I could go home, but I would not be here usually, so then I would like to postpone it or to put it to another time.
Okay. So I make another suggestion. I can also hold space at 1 p.m. on Monday. It's possible for the other one too. It should be.
I would have 1 hour. This would be my range from 1 p.m. If earlier.
Yeah, it could be 12:32 if we have more people, or I've got space from 9 to 3 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
12:30, it would work for me.
Cool. Volker, how about you?
It's better, but Monday is not ideal for me.
Okay, I hear that, and this is the proposal. And Katrin,
Yes.
you have a yes for that
I
too?
hear.
That was another. Okay. No. It was
So
another yes.
It is,
okay.
so it's
Okay. Super, Sandra, then it's your turn to put the link in the group. Thank you for taking over the first one. And Alice. What about
yes,
you?
I also want to replace myself as a space holder for the EHP dojo. Who will hold space?
So it would be cool to say when was it the weekend? Because we have weekends. Friday I'm holding, and there's Monday, Tuesday. So You've been at the weekends?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you for the hint.
No.
It's a Tuesday dojo.
It was a Tuesday dojo. Okay.
So
there's
there's
a
Tuesday dojo at 3:30 Brazilian time zone.
mm-hmm. Okay.
It was like that.
Anyway, when there is already a Monday dojo, a weekend dojo is missing. So who wants to take over the weekend?
So
it can be Saturday or Sunday.
we had the Sunday dojo, and next or this week there is also the recording watching at 5. So the dojo would need to start after 6:30, or if someone takes over and wants to have it on Saturday.
Scott, Sydney, what about you? It would be
Which question?
like the HP dojo on the weekend is still open to hold space for. It can be Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Can't be Sunday.
No. Is the time open for negotiation on Saturday? Or is it a set time?
No, it's totally up to you. If you take over this, you as a space holder, you're saying when it will happen and people join.
Okay. Saturday morning
I was gonna
could
say
work.
Saturday morning would be
Thinking
time.
10 a.m. Central Time.
Yeah. Would you please then send the link and also the time in Central European time so people can see both, that there is not a
Yes, I will.
misunderstanding. Okay, because now you're shifting time zones again, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Cool, thank you. So anything else, logistics from your side? I'm muting you, Scott, because I hear myself. No, great. Then, Katrin and me, we were noticing that there was not so much collaboration happening on the group. Besides, I think Sydney was mentioning her research, and nothing else was happening. And our guess is that some emotions are in the way of you collaborating with each other. And therefore, we want to throw you into a breakout in pairs, and you have 6 minutes for checking out what is you as a one is the client and one is the coach, and the coach has the research questions with the client. What is holding you back to be in collaboration with the group? And that you find the entrance for the next EHP, which you can then work on in the next EHP dojo. So what is blocking you? And yeah, you have 6 minutes. Keep it precise, short. It's a great practice for you as a coach to go kind of to the eye of the needle, or to the wormhole, to the entrance of the wormhole, and then leave it there. Like, okay, this is an EHP. Put it onto your list, and you as a client, use the opportunity so that you get your stones out of the way to become an active part of this group. Because this is also how you get the energy from, like the knowledge, the gold, like you're interweaving. If you stay lonely wolf, this is then you choose not to be radical responsible, because then you're in avoidance of collaborating and participating here. And Katrin, did you already open the breakouts?
Yes.
Great. So then open it and we are jumping and supporting you.
Ist okay, wenn ich Sandra ein bisschen mit Deutschsprechenden zusammen tue. Not always, but.
Super, ja. Ich gehe in Raum 2 zu Sandra und Volker. Great.
Ja, dass ich einfach zu viele Termine habe. Und ich habe es irgendwie nicht hingekriegt, die alle zu koordinieren. Ich bin zu diesem EHP Dojo am Sonntag gegangen und das war super wichtig für mich, weil da ganz viel Enge war nach dem Termin am letzten Mittwoch. Und das hat einiges aufgelöst. Aber ich bin noch nicht ganz angekommen hier.
Du bist noch nicht ganz angekommen.
Ja, oder ich lande gerade sozusagen. Deswegen war das auch mit unserem Dreizell, dass das ja nicht geklappt hat. Das sind einfach gerade sehr viele Termine und
Sandra, hörst du, was Volker gerade macht? Er zählt dir Gründe auf.
Ja.
Also er ist total im Kopf.
Ja.
Ja?
ich kann anders anfangen. Oder anders weitermachen.
Sag mir, was.
Genau, Sandra, navigate du in. Genau, go.
Sag mir, was du fühlst. Was sind deine Gefühle, die du nicht in der Gruppe?
Angst, das alles nicht auf die Reihe zu kriegen. Ich will Angst, dass da einfach zu viel ist gerade, was auf mich einströmt. Und wenn ich die Angst fühle, habe ich die Tendenz in einer Freezing, in eine Paralysation zu gehen und meine Wut kreiert oder mit Wut Verwirrung zu kreieren und ich dann gar nicht mehr weiß, wo ich wie was hinkriege und so weiter. Und zusätzlich habe ich Angst vor den Experimenten gehabt. Von davor, da ich keine Website habe, da ich keinen Flyer habe, hatte ich irgendwie Angst, überhaupt was zu posten, weil ich nichts vorzuweisen habe, sozusagen.
Etwas vorzuweisen.
Ich habe auf der anderen Seite 3 Klienten gehabt, die von außerhalb von PM sind in dieser Woche, was eher quasi auf mich zugekommen ist, fast von selbst.
Sandra, lass ihn nicht er geht wieder woanders hin. Merkst du das? Volker erzählt jetzt, was er alles gut gemacht hat und dann geht er genau von dieser Angst weg, ich habe nichts vorzuweisen.
Bleib bei deiner Angst.
Ja, genau. Da ist der Kern, oder? Und dass du, Volker, es geht auch darum, dass du es wirklich kriegst, dass du dann im EHP Dojo einfach im Endeffekt deine Augen zumachen kannst und zack reingehen kannst. Du musst nicht viel erklären, du musst nicht irgendwie dich rechtfertigen, sondern es geht darum, da ist was in dir, was dich zurückhält. Auch wenn da schon Klienten sind. Wunderbar. Das darf ja bleiben. Ja, es geht ja nicht weg dadurch. Und trotzdem, du hast nicht mit deiner 3-Cell einen Termin ausgemacht, du hast dich zurückgehalten, weil du denkst, wie kriege ich das alles hin? Das sind alles Eintrittstore. Aber dieses, ich habe nichts vorzuweisen. Und deswegen, nur weil das ist so typisch deutsch. Ich muss es schon vorweisen, bevor du überhaupt loslegst. Ja?
Okay.
Genau.
Also dass du nichts vorzuweisen hast. Ich lade dich ein, dort seine Augen zu schließen und genau dort reinzufühlen, was dort ist.
Right.
Und mit mir gleichzeitig in Kontakt.
And I even felt that way, like that call, and was just like he's Dodo, and just like there's a lot of just like it's not feeling clear, and
Who's holding space?
What's happening right now?
I'm just frozen. I'm frozen
Because
because I don't know, like, I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure if it's like, I think I'm making up stuff if I say it. I really don't know.
I'd like if there was just more details and more clarity, like there's a story that I have of.
do you see, Alice, what he's doing? He looks into the somewhere, into the distance. So he goes somewhere and searching things. So
Okay.
bring him back into the space and
Mhm.
make your heart-to-heart connection. It's using this like this short amount of time to be in connection with Scott, and it's about what is really going on that you don't want to collaborate. Scott, what is it really about? And creating like a vacuum and be with it, but not too long, right?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
that he would drift away.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Oh.
Scott. What's really going on for you?
More slow until like I think when things get a little bit more rolling, then I might come.
I invite you to maybe close your eyes for a moment.
I don't give myself the
Yeah.
permission to do that in the beginning. Yeah.
Are there some words coming?
That sadness is what comes to me as we brought that up. A sadness that is the place now. Definitely anger around it too.
I'm sensing it might be a way I'm sabotaging myself or this experience.
Because what would be or what would happen if you really go there? What are you telling yourself?
If I go where?
Into the experience.
What would happen if I go into the experience?
Fear too, like fear of how it will ripple in space.
I guess, okay, this is what's coming up is I make myself more seen and well, I wouldn't have thought this before, but this is what's coming up right now.
Yeah. And what would be so
More
bad about
seen
that?
and then yeah, it just puts me on the front line of being like just vulnerable and then maybe like a fear of like being, I don't know how to say it right now, but I'm just gonna go with a fear of being picked apart or
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the
yeah,
entry,
being wrong,
Scott. Yeah,
essentially.
that's the entry, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
Write it down and then
Yeah.
shift roles, and then you're holding space for Alice. Like this is how it goes, Alice.
Cool.
You
Thank
really
you.
shrink the here and now, and don't let him slip. Not in reasons, not in
Yeah.
justifications, not in stories like, what? I'm not interested in this. Like with this approach or with this attitude. Like, I really want to know what is really going on. And then you don't need to bring him
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
onto the journey, but just like, this is it. This is the entrance. And Scott, if you just be a short, like close your eyes and you could go there, right? You got it, right? Scott, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So this is where you want to guide your client to, that they definitely remember where the entrance point is. It's the same thing. It's like, because if they jump out, you can bring them back there. Yeah. If they go in their head, you go there. As soon as they got the kind of the entrance, great. You have a reference point. You can, and for us more trained, this is the sending you to the next EHP dojo, right?
So it would be that I bringing back by showing, like, I'm really interested what's going on.
Yeah, you don't let him slip into stories, into assumptions, into conclusions and justifications. It's like, okay, I hear. Maybe you listen for 1 or 2 minutes, like with new clients, we're going to go there. Maybe you open the space a bit longer and you would say, okay, it looks like some have the habit to speak a lot, but we're going to go there later. But yeah, it's about shrinking the here and now into the emotional body, into the body experience, into the emotional body, and not into the mind. It's like you're not interested into the mind solution about that. Cool. So
Great.
switch roles. I'm coming back.
Being not perfect, and these pictures of you maybe or Scott looked so perfect in this background of being somewhere else as Germany, and I have this thing that I always check in new groups who is on which scale of professionality, and I always my interpretation is always everybody's better than me, knows much more, had a lot of more trainings, more consciousness, whatever. Yes. And this was my start into this group, and I needed nearly a week to get over this edge to enter this group. And I wrote 1 or 2 messages before the training, some logistics, but
Sydney, do you see, like, she's justification, she's bringing her stories. You're not really interested in the stories, right? You want to find the entrance to the emotional healing process. So she already, so she already gave you a door. She said, I have the assumption that the others are better than me. Okay. What would be your question?
Well,
you know, like at the moment when this is a stair, she's going upwards, she wants to escape. But what you want to do is to turn her around and go down into the cellar. This is what you want to do. And these turning around are questions. Or you make her stop and say, and what would be the question you would ask her?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say, Sarah, that I heard you say that you have a fear of not being perfect and a fear of everyone being better than you. And so, yeah. And the question that I have for you is, why are you afraid of others being better than you?
If you ask the why question, you bring her into her head.
Okay.
So what I'm using, and it's also not always functioning, but I would say, what would be so bad about it? Even it's also it has a tendency also that people would go into the head, but it's like you want to bring her into the pain point. It's like, okay, what would be so bad about not being as good as others?
Yeah.
Because that's
I see
her
that.
fear. And then, okay, what? And then you open the space and become a vacuum. And then Sarah can drop into this vacuum of research in
So the
herself.
question would be, what would be so bad about not being as perfect as others?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What is that? And then also I would propose Sarah closes her eyes, and that you tell her, like, close your eyes and feel in what is then popping up inside your emotional body. What is it? Because you only want to have the entrance and not already going completely into the emotion. But of course, the emotion needs to bubble up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we still have time right now? I'm going to ask.
Yeah, one more minute.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. I want
Sarah,
she finds it.
I have a question for you about what you shared about your fears. And yeah, what would be so bad about not being as perfect as everyone else? What is that?
I have these
It also seems like there's
all
a
these
emotion there.
Yes, I'm searching for, there's some kind of sadness and also fear. And the fear is that I'm losing my English is like it's so bad. I have all these words in German and I don't find them in English, so I have to find a bridge.
Sarah, I recommend, instead of finding the words, you could also just connect to that, to the sadness. You first said that there was sadness there. Maybe just see if there's like a sound that the sadness wants to make, or if a word comes in.
Sydney, you're not, because you only want to have the entrance. Now, with this question, you would guide her into the emotional healing process.
Okay.
Where she would.
It seemed like she was just going into thoughts, so I was trying to like take her back to the emotion again.
And you said,
is that you're saying not to do that?
No, I would.
Okay. Because we're not in an EHP.
Yeah, because at the moment it's like you just want to find out
the pain point.
Yeah, the pain point. Sarah, I'm losing what? So I would repeat. Okay, you feel afraid because you're losing what? I think this is the what is missing. What is it?
Everyone goes on by learning and getting consciousness and all these things, and I'm sitting there and what's going on? I don't understand the language. I forgot to write something important for me to get to the next training or something like that.
Yeah. So you're losing track. Is it
yes.
You're losing track with the others? That's your entrance. You see, it's like, yes, oh my gosh. And there you have the entrance, and that's the entrance for the next EHP. Okay, cool. Let's meet in the other room.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank- Welcome back. Sydney is missing. We start. What are your findings? What is your goal? What are your EHPs which you harvested? And Volker is also missing.
And Sandra.
Ah, yes. One group. We are starting. And consider the goal is a shared goal. It's not only, oh, you have the EHP, probably 50 or 60 or 70% of this group have the same EHP ahead. Right? So I invite you to share your what you found, your goal, your EHP, your entrance with the group, and you, the listeners, check in with yourself. Maybe you put it on your list too, because it's resonating.
I want to start. I found the door for an EHP with the question, I'm afraid losing the track with my team and being not in time like today. I was sitting here 10 minutes before, but I was not in when it started. And feeling not good enough to be here, especially in a group with English speech. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can share. I I have a doorway into this sadness that I experience around staying small and playing small. And there's also within that like this fear of how I would impact or ripple the space if I chose to be big. And yeah, how I see that even connected to what Sarah's saying and what you're saying, Christina, them being connected is, yeah, I could see how there could be thoughts of not good enough, or like that what I have to say is not good enough or something like related to that. So yeah, there's a door for me with those emotions, and also some anger around it too. That's what I wrote. Kind of a mixed emotions.
Yeah, thank you, Sydney. And what I discovered on the journey to become an even more powerful space holder, especially we women, are facing past lives where we have burned at the stake. And I don't know why, it just popped up when you spoke that my guess it is leading towards such a process. Maybe not this one, but there are layers to come going into the direction of your greatness where something like this is blocking. So it might be also related to a past life process. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. What did you find out? Sandra, Volker, Scott, Alice, Sarah, and Sydney were already sharing, and it's about sharing your goal. What is your entrance for the EHP for the next one? And probably 70% of this group have the same entrance. maybe not the next one, but on the queue. So it is not only your goal to share. It's not about reporting. It's about supporting each other because you're on the same track.
I found a doorway of not being perfect. Like if I present the results, they have to be perfect. Like I spoke to some people, but didn't have like an appointment yet or a clear yes from them. And then, so I did not share this. And the other doorway was, I don't want to be visible with my motivation and like passion that I'm excited about doing this work, like not being visible.
Yeah, and what I hear, Alice, it's the next layer you're actually really interested in, because I have to be perfect is the cover over the emotion. This is what you placed over the strategy. I need to be perfect is covering the emotion, but you want to, this is where you want to go, to the entrance of the emotional healing process. So I don't know who was your coach, but this, you are not staying there. If you're asking as a coach, it's kind of, you're not satisfied with this because this is only the strategy. If you would go in gremlin transformation, that would be something what interests you at the beginning. But actually, when you're hunting an emotion, you want to go a layer deeper and say, okay, what if you're not perfect? What if you're not perfect? What would happen? And then you can dive even deeper, and this would open up. So if you close your eyes now, Alice, what if you're not perfect with this? What is it?
Yeah, I received this question from my coach, and I would be punished was what came up.
Yeah, I'm afraid to get punished. This is your entrance. This is where the pain starts. Like this is where you can connect, right? And also the visible thing. It's the same thing. I don't want to be visible. That's the strategy, which is covering an emotion. And you are interested in the emotion. So what is underneath? Right? Why you don't want to be visible? What would be so dangerous about that? What are you telling yourself and what is popping to the surface when you go in this territory in yourself?
Yeah, then I would be judged, and then people can talk behind my back.
Yeah, I'm afraid people would talk behind my back. Amazing emotional healing process, right? Super doorway. So write it down. These are 2 or even 3 perfect EHPs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go. Mine is similar. It's a fear of being seen and being picked apart and being wrong.
Yeah.
So I sabotage myself by not showing up.
Yeah. And you see, it's like this is exactly this distinction, what you learn as a coach. And like, the first thing Scott talk about is the entrance to the emotion. And the part, what like the last sentence is exactly what he chose as an avoiding strategy, as a coping mechanism, as his gremlin, his defense mechanism to survive, that he will not go there where there's the pain. And that's not the same thing. It's a different territory. The one is the like the child ego state, holding the emotion, or like it's in the child territory. It's in the past, has nothing to do with it here and now. And the strategy is still activated, but it's a habit. and the hook is in the emotion.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Super. Thank you, Scott. Who was not? Everyone? Sandra, I think, right? Sandra Fokker.
Yeah. I think my fear doesn't flow through my body, so that's yeah, that's why I'm not coming in contact with people, and I have so much fear to come to get in contact with them and to tell them what I'm doing and to offer them my
And what is the fear about, Sandra? What is the fear about? What if you
that they are not in contact with me, that they push me away, that they don't love me.
Yeah, and there's another feeling. There's fear and
Sadness.
yeah. This is it. This is the entrance, Sandra. They push you away. You're sad and afraid that they push you away and they don't love you. Perfect entrance. And if you keep it, if you keep it, you stay away. And I want you to be in this team because your being is so valuable for this whole team. Right? I want that you're coming closer, kind of coming together, and then we are squeezing each other through the eye of the needle into the next space. But it's only possible if we are shrinking our beings together. And with this huge baggage, it's just not possible. It's like you have all a huge backpack, and you need to get rid of your backpack so we can squeeze our beings together. Thank you. Cool. Volker, I think, yeah.
I also feel fear to be seen. I feel fear to be seen and to be made wrong. And I didn't even come to deeper levels. There is much more fear to up behind this. I feel fear to be seen.
What if you said you're afraid to be made wrong? What would happen? Like, what are you telling yourself? What if you are wrong? If people would tell, yes, Volker,
I mean,
you're wrong.
I feel then I'm not worth anything. I feel fear not to be worth worthy,
Yeah,
not to be accepted, not to be loved, not
yeah, accepted, loved, that you're not be worth anything. That's an amazing, it's a huge doorway, Volker, which is blocking you to be here, that you're here. I hope Scott comes back soon. Right?
yes.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. This is really like each week, minimum 1 EHP. Write them down and do them. This is how you're coming closer, becoming a team. You're enabling yourself to become a coach, yes, and to also be able to collaborate, which is the perfect side effect of such a training. Okay, cool. Thank you. We are shifting space.
And dive into the situation where you work with someone who is not familiar with possibility management. So when you get to know people and they will become your client, there is the first thing, you set some context. And Christine set already a lot of context last time, and there was one thing missing, and it is the distinction about 2-phase and 3-phase healing. So in the modern culture, healing or therapy means something is wrong, you have a problem, and you need to be fixed. So you are on a journey, but actually you want to go back to the space where you have been whole, before the trauma, before another bad experience. And in the 3-phase healing of possibility management, we have another attitude. It is not about fixing a person, but about supporting evolution. So we all have defense mechanisms and survival strategies, and they has a sense, and they have been important. And they are a starting point for the next step of evolution. And therefore, it is not about fixing and going back, but it is going even further. And to navigate your clients into liquid states is one key for supporting this, this evolution of your client. Christine, do you want to add something?
Yes, I want to add the picture that 3-phase of healing is really this transformative journey where you have been like you had a shape of your being, then you go into the liquid state, which is like mental, emotional, physical, even you have like symptoms like a nausea, like a cold, and then an energetic, of course, and then you become a new shape of being. So this is what transformation really is. Transforming is to become something new, and the liquid state is necessary. So that's why what Katrin said, the liquid state is key. Without liquid state, no transformation. It will never happen. And your client can think themselves through something, but then it's like a boomerang. It will come back. Whatever they decided mentally, it's just not working. So they need to go through the liquid state so that they become someone else, and possibly and probably very, how to say, their life will change completely because they have a new reference point. They are radiating in a new shape. So they are attracting new people, new circumstances, new possibilities in their life. And this is why we are doing this, to open possibilities.
Yes. So with this attitude, you are going into a coaching, and you will provide as one of the first things to your clients the first position, because this is the starting point of really being present in all of the 5 bodies. And take a moment to receive, to perceive, how are you right now in first position? How centered are you? How grounded? You sense your bubble. And when you imagine, Sina, you have a question?
This was also said last call about the first position. Can you describe like what you mean when you say first position?
Yes, in short, it is the centeredness, groundedness, and bubbleness. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I just have never heard it be referenced as first position, but yes, I'm familiar with that.
Good.
Thank you.
And in this first position, there is so much distinctions and knowledge. And when you imagine the first time you get to know such a thing, maybe your client didn't hear about energetic distinctions yet. So it is your job to land the distinctions in a way that your client can make an experience, an experience, so that all of the 5 bodies are getting what you provide. And on the example of this first position, I want to collect with you what are the distinctions when you guide someone through first position, and especially the first time. What are you landing? What are you providing? And we will collect this together. Volker, go.
Is it? Okay. But if we're collecting together, then it's just if we now intellectually talk about that, or is the idea to guide us in, or?
It is on a meta level, and it is not about guiding right now. That will follow, but on a meta level, what is needed. And it is not only intellectual, it is also when you are connected with your 5 bodies, when you are connected with your center and your grounding cord, what information do you get?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I am unclear about the question. I have 2 possibilities of what the question could be. Can you just ask us what you're asking?
When you imagine yourself right now in the situation of a client who is with you the first time, and you provide the first position. What are you doing? What distinctions are you landing? What do you consider?
I don't know if it's a language barrier. I still don't understand the question. Like, are you asking, how do I support the client to get in first position? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I want to add something. While you do this, probably if you did this, the first position for the first time, probably in an Expand the Box.
Yeah.
You heard the trainers giving distinctions to you. I'm muting you, Sydney, so I don't get the echo. That the trainer gave you distinctions that you also on the mental level would understand, but then get the experience that, for example, I'm bringing examples, that we are working with 5 bodies. That there's an energetic body, that there's a physical body, that there's a mental body, emotional body, and even archetypal body. For the first position, for the start, you would only need the 4, but I would even mention the archetypal body. Because if you just come along and say, look, close your eyes, go to your center, and then there's an energetic center. Why? Where is an energetic center? So you need to build context. You need to bring distinctions in which space you're working in. Like you're framing, like the distinctions and the framework of possibility management, actually, right? Like of radical responsibility, and you give them the nuggets, the distinctions, so that they can actually experience it. Because people have no idea when they are just starting that how to distinguish the energetic body, the physical body, the mental body. Of course, they can distinguish an emotional body and even archetypal. If you don't tell them that you are working with this framework, they are lost. So it's about bringing this, for example, or that there's a clicker involved. And what else is included in guiding people into the first position?
And there are many ways to guide people into first position. And it is maybe also depending on what the person is in front of you. And what we want to try now is a very distinct or a very for each part of the first position to get as much as distinctions as possible.
Yeah.
Clarity, yeah.
I think.
May I have? Sandra, sorry.
I think I never a trainer did it with me, and so I don't have even the distinctions from a trainer. I even only heard it from other PM people.
Cool.
So,
what did you hear? What did you hear? This is what we are gathering now, what we are collecting. So what distinctions people told you? And what are you using? Which distinctions are you using when you go in the first position?
I say to my client that they should sit on their stool, I don't know.
Chair.
And to really are connected with the chair and even with the feet on the bottom, they should be connected. And take a deep breath so that they can connect with both things. And then I tell them that they should put one hand on their physical center. That is 2 centimeter down the
navel
belly button.
Or belly button, yeah.
Belly button, yeah. And yeah, to get in connection with it. And then they should look where all their thoughts are. These are the
pause a moment. I would thank you, Sandra. What till now you described a lot of things you already can consider when it comes to connection with the physical body.
Yeah.
So you guide your clients to feel the feet, to feel how they are sitting, to breathe, and also to sense the physical center in the stomach room, these 2 fingers below the belly button.
Yeah.
Is there more about the physical body?
I don't know at the moment.
Yeah, I ask also others.
What I do is to emphasize my clients first to take a deep breath and to feel this breath, actually to feel it on their nose, or the formless stream of air, basically, which is coming and going, and to just rest, or to just, how to say, to come into the body, to land first in the body, in the physical body, and to now I don't get the word, but anyway, so I
Say it in
first I let them
German.
breathe. I just also don't listen German.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead.
I let them breathe, that they just calm down a bit, and then I guide them through some points of how they sit and how they place their hands and what's underneath their sitting bones and on the back, that they just land in their physical body and that they feel their physical center. And when they are there, then I start to go to the energetic body. And there I have a question, because I tell them to gather the attention in front of their nose in a bubble of the size of a grapefruit. And the attention is something what the mental body creates. But the energetic body is what we call the center, what we give away, basically, and which is maybe up somewhere, but this distinction of attention is for me not really clear. I would like to have a different wording, basically, what one could take there. If I give my center away, then it's on one hand my attention, but also something else what I cannot put into words now. And maybe some of you or one of you have an idea.
Yes. So just not to create chaos. After the physical body, or I want to mention that to connect the people with their physical body and their physical sensations has also an effect on their nervous system. So they relax and they become open.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually go after the physical body, I go to the emotional body, and then to the intellectual body, and the energetic body is the latest.
So then how do you do that?
So if there is no resistance, we can jump to the energetic body, what is important there. And yeah.
I would like to do all steps. The physical body I have, so, but the next step, step by step.
Yeah, maybe, okay. We go step by step, Volker, and we come to your point.
Yes.
So the next step would be the emotional body. What are you consider there?
I have a question about that, because right now we're talking about getting in first position, and so are we saying this is just like with a client, or are we in an EHP space? or just like a coaching space?
What is the difference?
Because, well, there's a difference. I mean, between a coaching communication space and then like in an EHP space, thinking about being with a client and going into like getting them in first position and supporting them. I would do like emotional last, the emotional body as like a doorway into the EHP, and like getting them like in their bodies, connecting to their center, to their bubble, and then going into the emotional space. So I'm wondering why emotional body is second. And if we're specifically talking about coaching space with a client, EHP space with a client, or just simultaneously both.
Christina, can you say something about that?
No, because I don't mention the emotional body in the first position. So I'm curious why you like how you're using the emotional body. It's not about right or wrong, but how do you use it, Katrin? Because you brought it up. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm pointing out that there is an emotional body, and also an emotional body has a center, and the center is the heart center. That's it. But to open the possibility that every body, and we have different bodies, has a center. This is a huge distinction for people because people don't know. They don't know that the emotional body has a center, that the mental body has a center, that the energetic body has a center, the physical body has a center, which is the balance point. This is the most related. But this is the only thing what I mentioned about the emotional body is that there's a center, and this heart is the center of the emotional body.
Yeah. So sometimes I invite people to feel what emotions, what feelings are present right now, but not for a long time, just to welcome this emotional body and take a moment to feel. And to your question, Sydney, in a 2-cell, we are doing every time the centering together, and we make it in different ways. And it is like an experiment. And for me, it can be, in my perception, it could be useful, as you do, to take the emotional body at the end. And I would say find out or make experiments. And maybe your intuition leads you to another way with different persons.
Yeah. And I want to add, because, you want them to feel in the emotional body. What they would need is their grounding cord and their bubble. But if you're starting only to bring the distinctions, they are not yet grounded, yet they are not yet bubbled. So I also would give them the experience of feeling as soon they are in first position. This is how I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to add that to know the center of the emotional body is the heart for feeling, and later I want my client to feel. I see a lot of times the eyes go up. There's something, okay, I should feel. Oh no, I go up in the mental body. And to have this knowing, the looking down to the emotional center is also to get to my emotions. And it's like, yes.
Because it's a trick you recognized that it's working.
Yes, it's more clarity. Why should they look down to get what is happening when I look down? I look to my emotional center, so I get in connection with it. Physical. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, this is
Thank you.
a very good hint. And it is also during the coaching when people are looking up to remind them to speak from the heart or to
Yes.
connect with the feelings. And so, and after that, I invite also the intellectual body, and to point out that, and it is somehow like a 5-body check-in, but in silence.
But Katrin, this has nothing to do with the first position, actually. Like this is probably what you just said. It's a 5-body scanning or check-in. I think there's really some, like the first position is about centering yourself, get the energetic center on your physical center, create your grounding cord, your bubble. That's it. And there's already a huge amount of distinctions in it. Like you need to talk about 5 bodies. You need to give them this distinction that every body has a center, that there is a clicker. What is declaring? What is the difference of making an affirmation? Because this is where a lot of esoteric people are coming. They are thinking things through, right? Like they are creating affirmations, thinking positive, making nice pictures, but to create and declare a grounding cord and declare a bubble is different. As declaring means that you create something in the energetic field. Because you say it, it is. And we are using our clicker to make a sound. That's why we are using the clicker, and we are not just making like twinkling with the eyes, because it makes no sound. We are using the clicker, so in the energetic field, there's enough ripple that chaos occurred, that something else is possible, and we can create something. So when you click your clicker, when you do this, make that, check what is happening with your body. Do you sense the ripple in the whole body?
Yeah, I do.
This is what you need. This is what we need to create a crack in the matrix, so to speak. And then you say, and then you declare the grounding cord. So declaring is not affirmation. This is also a huge distinction. What I'm always, actually with every client, I give this distinction, because mainly they are coming from the esoteric space or spiritual path, right? And they are very much in the affirmation business. They are thinking positive. And declaring has nothing to do with thinking positive.
I would like to go back a step, because what I found, I'm coming from a point that in our modern society, most people has their energetic center in the head. And that's why I refer also to the intellectual body. And from there to go to the energetic body. And this is an add-on to the first position. And thank you, Christine, that you point out, like carving out what is maybe not necessary.
Cool.
And what is also about the energetic body, important that the energetic body has a center that it is moving, and that the center can also be splitted. And that it can be also in the past or in the future with your to-dos, with something in the body, and to use the attention to sense where are the energetic parts. And then...
How do you call this?
Yeah, Katrin, could you be more specific about the future and the past? Where is the energetic, where is the energetic center? When the person is with the mind in the future, where is the center? Probably.
So in my perception, it can be with a task or with a person, with a situation. And it is not the whole center.
Yes, might be. So how I perceive it, and what is helping your client is if you say, if you are with your thoughts in the future, your center goes in front of your body, like it's mainly in the front. And if you're in the past and you're thinking about yesterday, the energetic body, or like the center might be in your back somewhere. Or if you have a pain in your leg, part of your energetic center also might be at that pain point. So that they get, okay, it's really flexible. And it's in the back, in the front, with a person, with you can even say, and maybe parts of your energetic body center is with my voice at the moment. Maybe you gave your center to me, into my voice, because you're listening and you're hooked on it. You can also make these distinctions. What else?
So
it's Sandra?
is it so important to give them so much distinctions, because then they are in their mind and not in their body anymore. And I think it's very important that they are in their body and to get into the emotions. Yeah.
I think we are just talking a lot about it. The actual first position, to bring them in first position, is not as long. So this is just, we are talking and bringing all the distinction together. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's basically first going into the physical body, then gathering the energetic body. This is what I do with my clients. And what I now heard from you is that they are kind of connected with the mental body, or the thoughts guiding the energetic body to spaces in the future or in the past. Or the energetic body is also where my sensation is, like pain in the body. So these distinctions I could give, I didn't give them yet to my clients. I just told them, please gather all your attention. These can be split in the future or in the past or today with some situations or with people. Your attention can be somewhere, and please gather them all in a bubble in front of your face, which has the size of a grapefruit. And then if they are there, I give them time, and then your intention, conscious anger, bring them to your physical center.
And the attention is a part of the intellectual body.
Yes, exactly. That's my question.
You use the attention,
yes,
to sense the energetic body, or yeah. And it is not, I was also, at the beginning, I thought also that the attention is the energetic body, but it is, you use your attention to get where is your energetic parts.
And is there any word for these energetic parts?
I don't have it yet.
The energetic part is the energetic center. Your
And
energetic center
is split. Okay.
Yeah, your energetic center goes where your attention goes.
Ah, yes.
So it's moved by your attention. So if you keep one with your father, a part of it, with your teacher, with the conversation in the past, with your pain in the feet, it splits. And it's and because we are able to split attention, we can do this very unconsciously. But what we want to do and practice is again to use consciously our attention. Because it's almost that the attention is operating unconsciously. You decided when you were a child, and then it's still happening. It's like it's a mechanism. By realizing that this mechanism is going on, what you do by scanning and noticing, which is also coming, you're using your fear and your mind to notice and to scan what is going on. You realize what your attention is doing, like where you put your attention towards, or into, or towards, or back to, whatever. And as soon as you have it, it's like, this is what I'm doing. Then you have enough consciousness to to navigate your attention in a different way. Like you said, you're calling back with your attention, with your focus, you calling back your center and collecting the energetic in front of you. But first it was split somewhere, right? And then you're using your attention to do that, your conscious anger to pull it back. And then you use your intention, which is a different thing, to put it down. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
And this is the first part, being centered. And then the next part starts, and this is what Christine already mentioned with this clicker, this declaration in the energetic field. And
I have a question to the clicker, because of the clicker. I had a client and she could not do a sound with her hands. And I gave her the possibility to do a clap. And now I'm friendly to all of my clients, and every time I say use a clicker or do a clap, and everybody uses the clap, and I'm not sure. I'm always asking for, is it okay? For me, it is okay. Yes.
Clinton told me once that it is not important that it is loud.
Okay.
A small ripple is already enough.
Okay, thank you.
So what you can, because this is quite loud, right? It's like people might be in the supermarket and realizing, whoa, my center is gone, or not my center, my grounding cord is gone, and my bubble is gone, and I want to do this, and they clap like this. They would not do it, right? So yes. They can also make a little clap on the side of their, what is a thigh? Thighs, Oberschenkel. Like a little clap.
Yes.
And then this ripple is enough. Yeah. Cool.
So when you are connecting right now, you are centered and you want to guide, to navigate your client to become grounded. What are you considering then? What distinctions are you giving?
If nobody goes, I go. I ask them to use the clicker to give a kind of, I call it a little shock wave into the energetic field. And I also, there is a German word for declare, and this is erklären. And it's like, if they are not doing it the first time, so if they are doing it the first time, I tell them this, you declare you declare your grounding cord, but actually it is always there. It is just that you do this clicker, and with that, you just can see it again. This I didn't do always, but I also got the distinction from Clinton that it is always there, basically. That if I always have to use this clicker to declare my grounding code, then yeah, it is basically there. And since then, I just look if it is there, and then I personally don't use my clicker. But of course, if somebody is very new, I just use this clicker, then they can see the grounding cord. And I tell them it's coming from your center, from where this energetic and physical center is, and goes onto the middle of the earth. And I also let them look if it is going onto there. Because when I started to do that, mine was kind of interrupted somewhere. And so I tell them, use the clicker again if you can not see it until the middle of the earth.
And how does it look, the grounding cord?
Yes, and then I ask them if it has a color.
Yeah. What I would add is like declare, because you give them kind of the how they are declaring it. You give them the, how to say, the framework, the declaration, or not the picture. Yeah.
Mhm.
Even they are declaring it afterwards. They have no idea what a grounding cord is. So, okay, the grounding cord needs to be flexible. It's about 5 centimeters thick, like the diameter is 5 centimeters. It goes from your center, what you said, from your center to the center of the earth. And what is also important, it's a two-way tube. It's like you send something down, but you can also receive something from Gaia. Right? And every time you declare it, or every time you connect or be with a different person, it might have a different color. And then you can ask this question, what you just said, okay, what color is it now? What are you today? And even then I would say hello green to the person when they have a green grounding cord. And I would share mine. I'm blue, dark blue today.
I have
So
a question.
Okay.
I have a client. She's also a friend of mine, and she tells me she can't see the grounding cord. She only can feel it. Yes, so I'm okay with this.
Are
May
you
it happen
okay with
to
this,
you.
Sarah?
What's your question, Sarah? You said I have a question.
Yes, my question is, May, it looks like glass and she can't see it, but she feels it, so it must be there. Or is it like she's moving out because you don't want to see it? And it should be a question for me to ask her for why you can't see it.
It might be she will discover sooner or later why she's blocking to her energetic eyes to see it. But if she feels it or sense it in a way, fine. It's like there are so different ways of perceiving. Like I don't have so much pictures when I go in EHPs. Others are painting lovely pictures. They know everything, like every carpet and whatever. It's like, what? I cannot see this, but I'm in the situation. I'm sensing, and that's the same thing. Obviously, she's sensing and not seeing so much, like energetically.
I've also experienced in some of the training I've been in, just the trainer being like, it doesn't matter, like just choose. It's not really like you have to like know that you know, that it's blue or perceive that it's red. It's like you also, you're just like by choosing what color it is, you're just declaring and becoming more aware of it. So it could be her, like a block that, like if I had a client that was saying that, I potentially might wonder if they're just not like, just choose it, you know, like it can just be chosen. It doesn't have to be this thing that she has to be disconnected from. It can just be pink, it can just be blue. And then that could develop more of a relationship to that, become more online and available. And just some feedback we received in one of the trainings was to just choose the color, not to think about it too much, but just the first color that.
And if you're worrying, Sarah, about that, worries are a great entry door to an emotional healing process of emotional fear. Kind of worries are symptoms for fear or emotional fear. So you could also track it, like, okay, what if I don't know? And then go in there so you're not, so you can relax more into whatever they choose. They choose. Right? It's like, what makes you so nervous? It's like, oh my gosh, do I do it right, wrong? Oh gosh, oh, I need to ask someone. I need to ask for permission. Like this is the school thing going on in you. So it's also a great EHP doorway.
I would like to know why we say the color often or mostly or always. Is there a reason that we do it?
For me, it's actually as soon as I see the color, even I'm also more sensing the color. I have a color and I know it. I'm really tapping into the resource. If not, I'm fooling myself. I'm just being in the mind. It's for me, it's the differentiation between pretending and declaring that I really do it, or choosing consciously. And yeah, this is how I see it. And maybe there's also some hints about the gremlin. The gremlin who is like the pretending is a gremlin coping mechanism or defense mechanism, so that the gremlin is catching is like, pff, because the gremlin does not want that you're centered, grounded, and bubbled. It's like because he or she wants you to stay in survival.
Yeah, I had a client, one of these three I had this weekend. She told me she did this. I did one EHP 1 year ago, and then this time she told me about the color. This sounds so esoteric when I asked her about the color. So she didn't want to say it, and then I was a little bit, okay. Yeah, but then it's okay. If you feel it, it's okay. But still, it was a bit, yeah, why do we say the color? Does it has the meaning of declaration to see it?
I cannot say you more, Volker. This is what I exactly what I just answered you.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have more to say. Maybe someone else has to add something.
I want to say something for me that I've noticed when the question is what color is the grounding cord? For me, it builds a relationship with it and more awareness and brings more attention to my grounding cord. And I'm noticing that builds a deeper relationship with my grounding cord. That's what I've personally experienced.
Cool.
Thank you.
And what I think it is also valuable, and Christine already said, it is a two-way line. So we can also receive information from Gaia, and we can give her our information. And at the beginning, I I declared the grounding cord and then moved on, and to take a moment to really sense this connection is very valuable. So this is already the second step of grounding, and then there is bubbling, and this is also made with the declaration.
I would like to share when we're talking about like supporting a client, specifically a client that has no context with PM work, most of the times like that I've had clients has been in preparation of an EHP. So there's like some context of what we're doing, what this is. And then as we're like about to go into the EHP space, that's when I'm, you know, supporting them to go into that first position. And yeah, so like what we've already said are things that I do, where generally it's first the physical body, like bringing their awareness to their body, to their breath, to where they're sitting, their physical center. Then I usually go into the energetic, like, you know, grounding cord, bubble. I'll even sometimes invite them to like feel their bubble, and that there's and this is just what I've received from trainings, if there's any, you know, holes or leakages, like to clear that and to just like get their bubble really like energetically, like really sealed. And then also with the golden cube, like inviting them to also energetically sense the working space that we're going into together, and the grounding cord. And then what I generally do after that is, and sometimes I actually do this before, like we're in the actual centering moment, is I don't say a lot about the intellectual body or the emotional body, but I do bring the distinction there. That way, when we're in the EHP space, that they have awareness of like the intellectual body and the emotional body and the physical body and the energetic. And so that way I might even let them, you know, if there's a noticing that you might go, you know, really into the intellectual mind and the intellectual body, I might just ask you, you know, what are you feeling, and bringing you back into the emotional body. And so it's like, I've noticed that when I've done this work with people who aren't EHPs, with people who aren't familiar, that's really helpful for them, not having any context, of just like bringing the distinction of, you have, you know, your intellectual, but then also this is an emotional healing space. So there's times that, you know, there's things and words and thoughts that the emotions have, but part of this space is bringing our, you know, really energizing the emotional body. And so I'm gonna like, I generally let them know, like, I'm gonna kind of guide you back into that space. And there's times that there might be value to be in the intellectual just to get some information, but then like, what's the emotion that's coming up?
Yes, and
the intellectual.
but now you're moving on the track. You're moving into the EHP space, which is not so the focus. So my question is, how do you, because, you know, the word bubble, okay, everyone can imagine something, but you want them to create a specific bubble. So what are you bringing as a distinction for the bubble? And also the question for others, how specific are you for the bubble?
Spoke like,
did you say something, Sydney?
Again, Sydney, I
Did you
didn't
get that, Scott?
understand.
No, the internet is cutting out here. What was the question?
The question is, how specific are you regarding the bubble? Because this is where Katrin was focusing on now. The third part is the bubble. And to say, okay, now create your bubble. Okay, what do you say? And the question is for all of you. Like how specific are you? And this is a distinction. How specific are you to describe the bubble? What you're inviting them to create and declare.
Yeah. With that one, with the bubble, I describe it as being a few inches or so around their physical body. And a distinction with the bubble is that it's not a shield or a barrier, that it's just more of a sensing of what is yours and what's not yours. And that it can be any color.
And you use the word shield?
I
You
said, yes, the distinction is that it's not a shield or not a barrier. There's more of a, it's a sensing of your own space of what's yours and what's not yours.
Ah, yeah.
Rather than,
Okay.
here's my bubble to protect me or something like that. Like some people can think that. So make the distinction that it's just a sensing of your own space.
It
Cool.
is like a membrane that allows, yeah, it is not closing, but it allows a clear distinctions between you and someone else.
But I would not use the word membrane actually, because a membrane is something where osmosis happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I would not call it membrane, because it is actually the bubble should, it's not the right word, but supposed to be not that something comes through. It might be, if we are not holding it with our full conscious anger, it might that some energies are coming in. But Scott, what you said, transparent, right? You said transparent?
Yes.
360-degree around you. That's one distinction. I don't know what the inches are, but like it's in German, and I would say, or like in European scale, I would say 30 to max 40 centimeters around your body. And the bubble needs to be flexible. It's not a stiff thing. Transparent and 1 to 2 millimeter thick.
In our HD, we were also growing the bubble until it was 2 meters far.
Of course, you can do that as an experiment.
And shrinking it again, yes.
Cool. That could be a experiment afterwards. If the person would have difficulties, for example, to take space, your client, that would be an amazing exercise experiment with them to do this. And there's like a very shy, sensible person box. You say, okay, now, and then grow your bubble. And then send them into the supermarket or in the shopping mall and with a big bubble, you know. These are experiments what you can create for them so that they empower themselves. But for declaring the first position, it's not necessary. You can check what Sydney also said, like to check where is actually the energetic starting to bounce, and let them really feel that. Let them feel that, and this is where it is. And some are very far out, and that would be an indicator for you to say, okay, it looks like you need to keep people on arm length, right? So it might be through the different emotional healing processes what they are going through, that the bubble will come closer, because they can embody and hold more their own space. As soon as they are empowered enough with conscious feeling, having embodied different kind of distinctions, then it will happen automatically.
I would like to say something. For me, it's very schwierig,
difficult
to feel the bubble. I only can declare it, but I don't feel it, or I don't know if it's too far. I made a sword training, and there we declared with a sword, and then I can sense when other people are there, I can sense their warmth, but I can't feel my own bubble. And yeah, if I have the question, if if I declare it, I think it's an energetic field which I declare the bubble, and if there is only my energy in, how can I feel the other person? I think if I want to feel if they have got pain in the shoulder or somewhere else or what is going on, it must land in my body. So then it's in my body. So how can I feel the other person if it's not in my body?
You're using different tools, Sandra. You use you let your, for example, the fear is in your nervous system, and you let the information come towards your fear, your nervous system, and this is how you perceive, for example. This is one thing. Some are going as a survival strategy, they would go out with tentacles and are there with your client, which is a survival strategy, but you can use the tool to scan and notice what is going on with your client. So there are different techniques, but I want to go in a different direction with you. It's like, it looks like something is blocking, like this. I cannot create a bubble because then I cannot feel the client anymore. And so I want you to research this with your 3-cell. What is actually going on? Because it looks like that you're blocking somehow yourself to create your bubble. And if you're not having your bubble, you have the tendency as a space holder to rescue your client. Because as soon as you're giving them the first position, you empower them to go into their own process. And you can be with them, but you don't need to rescue and mingle the energies from you with them. This is what survival strategy is going on. Huh?
Can I translate rescue at the moment? Rescue.
Retten.
Okay.
Savior. Yeah. So I would like, I know you did not meet in your 3-cell yet, but I really recommend to meet in the next days and check this out, Sandra. This is gold. If you find out why you're blocking yourself to create your bubble, it will make a huge difference. And I want to hear what will be different.
Okay.
So I would suggest to move the space.
Yes.
There is no question. We bring you, or you go to breakout sessions, and everyone has 10 minutes to guide someone else as a client through this first position, as it would be the very first time. So you land distinctions, and after 10 minutes, it is shifting.
And I propose to give like a 5-minute afterwards to give feedback and coaching for each other.
After the 10 minutes?
Yes, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes to give each other feedback.
So I prepared breakout rooms with 3 people. So you would say.
Okay. Then.
So, and maybe we can make 7 minutes and 3 minutes for feedback and coaching, or feedback.
Yeah, I think 7 minutes might be a bit short, but what about having only pairs? You want to have 3, but then we are
I'm
shrinking a bit.
Pairs.
Cool, super.
Yes.
Because time's flying.
Yep.
Super.
Okay.
And one hint is go slow. Don't rush, and one step at a time. Even your
And
landing
I
distinction.
put the timer so it is
Perfect.
30 minutes.
No, it's 25.
No, 10 minutes and then
No,
5
in
minutes.
5 minutes. No, 10, 10, 5. Because we, okay, go ahead. And then we call you back earlier.
I thought 10 minutes at the end will be enough, but you would like to have 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Cool.
I need to go to toilet.
Thank you.
I'm happy to go first. All right. We're going to center, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath. And noticing anywhere that your attention and your energy is out and about with other places, other people, situations in the past or in the future. Start to draw your energy and attention back towards yourself. Consolidating your energy into a ball right in front of your forehead. Again, lowering this energetic ball downwards towards your navel. Merge this energetic ball into your physical center, a few inches below your belly button.
Scott, I
Putting your
recommend to
energetic,
open your eyes and focus on Sarah. Be with her.
thank you. Merging this energetic center into your physical center below the belly button. Keeping your center, using your clicker tool.
No, I would,
Yeah.
you know, like this, Sarah has the idea of the different kind of bodies, but this is a newbie. They never heard about possibility management. They'd never heard about probably about 5 bodies. You did not even mention them. You just say you bring everything what you where your attention is in front of your eyes, and then bring it down towards your physical center. But they have no idea. Like she has no idea where's the physical center. Like you describe it, yes, but then, okay, what is this other thing? It's like this is your energetic center. because you also have an energetic body and your energetic center is flexible. So you can bring even more awareness into, okay, there's another body and it has the shape of your physical body, the energetic body, right? It is maybe a bit bigger, but it has the shape. Wow, okay. And this is the energetic center. I can move it around. Wow. This is experiential reality. So be bold and paint the picture even bigger. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. And also the mental body. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was great. You can start with this, but now she's centered already. And now you can play around. Say, look, while you stay centered, I'm going to tell you about the different kind of bodies I'm working with and what you have, you know? And then she can, and you can give her the task and stay with your energetic center on your physical center. I invite you to stay there. And when it flips into my voice, just bring it back. Use your intention to bring it back to your physical center. So you can already start to play, weaving in distinctions, but also creating an experiential reality for her.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you. Okay. I invite you to stay into your physical center. You have an energetic body.
You can describe the energetic body. It has the shape of your body.
Yeah.
It has also an energetic, like this energetic center you placed on your physical center. This is the flexible center of your energetic body. And then she gets this, okay, this is what I put there. This belongs to my energetic body. Okay. Like bringing the puzzle pieces together. It's you painting the picture.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Super. Go ahead. You're doing great.
Yeah, normally this just flows. I just go more into the grounding cord, but the energetic body, I think, like, I guess I actually don't know where the center of the energetic body is. Because I put that center in the physical center. Or the grounding cord connects it to the center of the earth. So I don't know where I guess the energetic center is wherever you put it.
Yes,
But in this
where your
practice, we're
attention
putting it in
goes.
the physical center. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that we can be more grounded and more in our own center power and present.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay.
Cool. Great. And you will find your own
Thank you.
words, right? Like, for it, or stories in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I invite you to stay in your physical center. Anytime your center shifts to me or somewhere else, I invite you to just bring it back to your physical center below your belly button. You have an energetic body, and the center of your energetic body, or your energetic body, is a similar shape to your physical body. It surrounds your physical body, and it can take on different shape. It's very flexible. And the center of this energetic body can go places, just like your attention. It can split and be in the past, it can be in the present, it can be with other people or situations. So this practice is to bring it back to you, to your own center, so that you're grounded in yourself and more present. Next, we're going to connect our own energetic and physical center to the center of the earth, to ground in, to connect with Gaia, which will center us even more and also open up a connection to receive information from Gaia, to bring awareness to this connection. We're going to use a tool that we have, which is called a clicker. Use one of your hands to snap to use this clicker tool. And whenever you use your clicker, on the count of 3, use your clicker to declare your grounding cord that goes from your physical center, a few inches below the belly button, down into the center of the earth. On the count of 3, using your clicker to declare your grounding cord. 1, 2, 3. Feeling or noticing the sensation of this grounding cord. On the count of 3, say out loud the color of your grounding cord. It can be any color. 1, 2, 3.
Orange.
Now that we're centered and grounded.
So slowly wrap up and shift.
Okay.
Yeah. And it does not matter if you're not fully through. It's about practicing the steps.
Okay. Do I have like 30 seconds or
Yep.
do you know how much?
It's 17 minutes, so actually you're already 3 minutes over, but I talked also a lot. So which
okay.
was
Yeah.
probably also helpful for Sarah. So just
Sure.
yeah, 1 more minute and then shift, and
Cool.
then we have 17 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
going
you.
in the other space.
A grounding cord going from the center of us to the center of the earth. And on the count of 3, you're going to use your clicker to declare what color that grounding cord is, and you can say it out loud. 1, 2, 3, pink.
My grounding cord is blue.
And whenever you're ready, just bringing your awareness to all of the bodies. And taking a deep inhale and open the eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
You did the bubble first and then the grounding cord?
No, I got to the end and I forgot to do the grounding cord, and so I chose to do it because
Okay.
I forgot
Okay.
to do it.
Okay, so now you're switching? Or you're, yeah, go ahead. Cool. Super. Thank you.
Yeah, so I invite you to take a deep breath. Close your eyes. And really allow yourself to arrive in the space.
And Alice, I recommend that you keep your eyes open. Maybe for a moment at the beginning, you also check if you have your center, your grounding cord, your golden cube, and the grounding from the golden cube. But then you are with Sydney.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 It's nice.
You're with her.
Yeah, so Just close your eyes. Take a moment to arrive in the space. And feel your physical body wherever you're sitting on right now. You might notice your feet on the ground. Just sense for a moment into your body if there's any place some tension. And with your eyes still closed, put all your thoughts in an energetic ball, orange-sized ball in front of you. In this energetic ball, call in all your, wherever your thoughts are. You might be still in a conversation you had, or a movie you watched, maybe all the things which need to be done in the future. And really consciously bring all these into this energetic ball. So that your attention is really gathered and centered. And then, with your eyes still closed, you put this energetic ball onto your physical center. You can even do this movement with your hands. Otherwise, you do it with your energetic hands. In your physical center, when you place this energetic ball onto your physical center, it's around.
And Alice, you use the word, it's because it's not an energetic ball. It's actually, you have collected, you have asked her to collect the energetic center. Right?
Okay.
And so give her the distinction. It's not a ball. It's not, because at the moment how you describe it is it's an orange ball with thoughts in it.
Yeah.
But actually it's not.
Yeah.
It's like you asked her together to collect her energetic center from where she placed it before with her attention. So maybe it was in the past with a conversation with somewhere, but it's not the thoughts she puts in there, but the energetic parts, like the energetic center parts she's collecting back. And therefore, when you refer to the energetic center, you need also to say there's an energetic body.
Okay.
And that you start with the physical body. And then you say there's a physical center in the physical body. And the same is also with the energetic body and the emotional body and the mental body. All bodies have a center. And then you can start to say, look, and the energetic center is flexible. It goes where your attention goes. And when you painted this bridge, Sydney can realize, okay, probably I'm putting something somewhere. And then you can say, look, you can check where's your energetic center. It can be splitted, and it can be in the past and the future, in a conversation with your mom, with your dad. And I ask you to collect it in front of you. Right? And then it makes a kind of, it's not about sense making, but it's the distinction gets clear. And it's not an orange ball with thoughts in it, and then magically it's changed into an energetic ball. And it's not an energetic ball, it's an energetic center. Cool. Super. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, and I invite you to again close your eyes. Take a moment. And connect to your physical center.
And tell her where this is. The physical center is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your physical center is just a few centimeters below
2
your
fingers.
navel.
Mhm.
Two fingers below your navel.
Into the center towards the spine, because it's not at the front. The center is in this,
Mm-hmm.
like where you have your spine.
Yeah.
You can watch the recording for writing something down. Use the time now for practicing.
So connect to your physical center, which is placed 2 fingers below your navel. And also inside your body. And from there, call back your like energetic parts, which might be still in a conversation or in the past. And your energetic body has its own center. And I ask you to call those different parts, wherever they are, back to your energetic center. And I ask you to collect all those parts in front of you. And next, you put your energetic center, the center of your energetic body, you place it onto your physical center.
And for the first time, sometimes I say even for the first time, use your physical hands, grab the ball and pull it down. This is also a way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can, with your eyes still closed, also use your really physical hands to place your energetic center from in front of you onto your physical center. Yes.
And you use your
And from
intention
here-
to do this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it's different. It's not attention. With your intention, you're placing it
Your
down.
intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not only the physical movement, but use your intention to do so. And from there, on a count of 3, I ask you to use your clicker to declare the grounding chords.
She has no idea what a clicker is. What is the clicker? You need to describe her.
Yeah.
She has her eyes closed, so describe her and maybe make a sound that she gets it. Or you can say, you can open your eyes for a moment. Look, this is the inbuilt clicker in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sydney, you can open your eyes for a moment. And your clicker, you basically snap your fingers. Yeah. So eyes closed again. On a count of 3, use your clicker. 1, 2, 3. To declare your grounding cords. And your grounding cord goes from the center of your physical body down to the center of Mother Gaia. And it's a flexible cord, 2 to 5 inches width. And you can dispose all the things which don't serve you anymore through this count and release cord and release it to Mother Gaia. And also be nourished from Mother Gaia. So the grounding cord, your grounding cord, is a two-way connection. And it has a color. Mine is red. Which color is yours?
Okay.
On the beginning,
There's 1 more minute and then I propose to do feedback and coaching for this part. It does not need to be finished, but this is how, and then really give each other insights. What worked when you spoke like this, when you said that, then, or no, this was not that was missing. You said it too early, for example. Yeah. Be very precise in this. I'm
Yes.
jumping further.
Thank you.
to only click for the grounding cord in the bubble, not for the center. And I had noticed that you had clicked for to bring the energetic center to the physical center. And so I'm not sure if it was a training difference, but I was trained to only click for the grounding cord in the bubble. So just bringing that to awareness.
Scott, do you know why?
Yeah. Because it's just by our intention that we bring it back. We just place our attention on our physical center.
Yeah. That's the perfect distinction also for Sarah. If a client asks this, it's like declaring is something else, but you have already your physical your energetic center. It's nothing you need to declare. You have it. So how you navigate your energetic center is by intention.
Yes,
Right?
and
Yeah.
the declaring was for the arriving. For the arriving, that the energetic center is now on physical center.
You don't need to click there. It's
Okay.
because you're using your intention and not a declaration. It's a different thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And something you did with the bubble was new to me, which is interesting, is you had me feel my bubble first, like energetically feel my bubble and notice it, and then declare it, which is new to me. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, good or bad. I'm just noticing that was new.
Did it work, Scott?
Did it work? It worked for me because I'm experienced. I guess I'm questioning if it would work for a person who's completely new.
And was it a sensing, Sarah or Scott? Was it like, this is where your bubble belongs? It's almost like checking, okay, the fence of this house would need to go there. Was it this kind of checking the energetic?
You're asking me?
Yeah, both of you. Like, what was the
Yes.
intention to do it this way around?
The intention is to get the distinction from there is a bubble or there's no bubble. So feel in, how is it? And inside is only your energy. So feeling, is there some energy from somebody else? And you can leave it out. Sometimes when I'm in training or in a coaching, I'm after centering anyway with my mental body, with the coach. And when I check my bubble, oh no, I'm thinking about what he's telling me. So let it out. Come back, let it out. This is really clear right now.
We are moving to the other space, but I want to hear what you mean by that.
Recording in progress.
Welcome back. Katrin is missing. Sarah, would you finish what you just said? And like, I did not get it, and I want to get it.
Okay. We were talking about the bubble when I guided Scott to get his bubble. I told him to feel, to get the sensation of his bubble, how it feels for him. And I did it because I want to give the distinction, the difference between feeling there is a bubble or there's no bubble, and also to get the space of his bubble also clear. And sometimes I have, when I start my bubble, I get there is some energy from outside, and there is this trick to open the bubble right hand and let out all these energies which are not useful right now, and to clear this space once more for me. And this was the intention, because I guided Scott to feel before he declares his bubble, that it's clear. It's really the bubble, how it should be.
Okay, I don't fully get it. So you ask him to check if he has already his bubble. Because if Scott is a completely newbie, he is not. But if he has no idea, you would give the distinction that the client would open the bubble, or like declare the bubble, and then feel into it. And then you can even ask, okay, and vanish again. What is the difference? But to sense into a space and already cleaning it would come afterwards. So I don't fully get it. But maybe I don't need to get it fully. But I think yeah, I would like to have a conversation about this. It looks like you learned it from someone. But today, like, we have 5 more minutes, and I want to open the space also for others. What are the questions what you have regarding this practice? What we are maybe not yet in these 5 minutes answering, but what we can collect for the chat or for next session.
I have a question. I was also talking about with Scott, and when we started to get in the process, Scott closed his eyes, and he already did the process in his mind. And my question is, if there is a new client and I do this process, is it energetic better to have my eyes open and be with the client instead of doing my process
Yes.
at the same time? Yes.
No. Okay. you need to be already centered and grounded and bubbled when you are with your client. It's like you're not starting when they are starting. You already have your golden cube, your workspace also around you and your client, and this also the golden cube is grounded with a black grounding cord. So you are present. Like the tendency is sometimes it's like you can close your eyes, but for some seconds, mainly you are with your client. You're open, present, and you see what they are doing, also what they do with their physical body, scanning their energetics, and you guide them. So you need to be with them. If you close your eyes, you go. Chances are high that you go somewhere.
And you don't make the golden cube at the end, that you do at the beginning for yourself. You don't say it to your client. I did it at the end.
Like as soon as the client comes in, like
Yeah.
he enters already in a space where there's a golden cube, like when it's a physical space in my praxis, then I already declared the golden cube and the grounding cord. When it's online, the person comes in, and then I'm declaring and creating the space for us, the working space.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm also
You
telling
tell
this to clients.
Oh yeah, that was my question. You're telling these, the first thing what you tell your question is that you declare the golden cube around you.
No. As soon as they are, when I'm guiding them through the first position, and then they are centered, grounded, and then afterwards I would say, and I declared a working space around us as soon as you arrived. And it depends. Maybe I'm working with future space holders, and I guess you will too. So you can say, look, you can do this with everyone, also in working spaces. You declare the golden cube around you, and then you have your space because you are responsible for the space. Then you can call in bright principles, and like this is how you empower your client. Yeah, cool. So we have 1 more minute. My proposal is, because I saw how actually it is so different to receive the first position in a training and to practice it ongoingly, then in the training, in an expand the box, in a lab, etc. And to do it differently, or like to do it with distinction with a client. I think it's really a different thing when they have no idea. Like if you reach a expand the box or a lab, of course, then you're already you learned so much about possibility management. Chances are high that people are coming which have just no idea, and then you need to land the distinction. You need to make paint the picture. And my invitation is that you, in your 3 cells, do this practice again, and take each person has 20 minutes. So really make a long version. A very long version of it. Like I'm doing this with clients when I'm guiding them with a triple package. I'm taking 20 minutes for the first position and give them all the distinctions. This is because, and I said next time it's a thing of 5 seconds, but because then I can already land a lot of distinctions in this space when they have their eyes closed, when they're getting centered. Like it's such a crucial moment to start into radical responsibility, actually, right? And do in your 3 cell like 3, yeah. The best would be you meet not only 1 hour, but 1.5 hours, so 20 minutes so that you can give feedback afterwards. You have 20 minutes 5 minutes feedback, 20 minutes, 5 minutes feedback, 20 minutes, and record it that you can see it afterwards. How others do it, but also how you do it. And see what you can improve, like what did you miss, where maybe you did not finish a sentence, you opened a distinction, but then you did not close it or you wrap it up. So you can pack in there a lot. And it's not about overwhelming and shooting all the distinctions, but it's an experience-based reality, what you're creating. Shifting from verbal to experiential reality. And then we have another experiment, and we will send it into the chat.
And
Katrin.
we both others in the 3-cell, we will pretend we are completely new to PM.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you.
Exactly. You have no idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you for the ride. Shifting into experiential reality.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
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 Ciao.